Capricorn, I hope you're doing well. So I'm going to be doing a reading from the 18th to the 31st of January, and I'm going to be looking at some of the current energies in that period. Also, if there's any issues, what kind of solutions that we can implement. This is just a general reading as well, so if it doesn't resonate, that's okay as well. So let's find a message. We've got some flipped over there. Naughty. Okay, and oracle card. Yeah, interesting. Afraid of having things too good by the looks of it. Yes, very interesting. Okay, so this King of Swords in reverse kind of suggests to me that we haven't always been really active and determined in our life, perhaps with going for things and being the dominant power in our own lives. And I think it's interesting as well because I think for you guys particularly, you're really interested in pursuing things and you're very ambitious, but it's almost like that ambition can overwhelm you sometimes, and so it's just like, whoa, maybe I should step off a little bit. There's a sense of feeling like this has happened rather recently as well because of this Star card, which is telling you guys to have faith. You know, this is saying you need to stay on it, and especially with that King of Swords and this, you know, this is an Aquarius type of thing going on. Doesn't have to be, but I do get a lot of Aquarius energy here. Also Sagittarius too, so we've got a bit of air and fire. Again, compatibility, kind of going with the idea of having faith that things will kind of come together and work out. I mentioned that because we've got Two of Cups as well, which is about this union coming together. So yeah, the Star card is interesting about having faith and kind of it is safe for you to trust. So there's an element of which you may be feeling like, I'm not sure about making a decision. Which way do I go here? You can have trust. This is also about, again, being more inspired. So going from being a little less determined and active to feeling more inspired about, you know, being the active power in your own life. We do have a sense of, you know, a really nice idea about love here with this Two of Cups and this union coming together. This is a new beginning for you guys. You know, you are kind of taking on a new period in your life, which is actually quite interesting because this period is all about learning something new. You're being patient with one another. You are being a little bit more, I don't want to say parental, but you're being more mature and responsible about this. You know, you're kind of, I think perhaps because you're maybe, it's like coming on so good, you're like, I really don't want to lose this. I have to start to listen to myself and to the signs around me. There is a real sense of listening to the signs here and listening to yourself. But I also think this is the ability to believe in yourself as well and know that a union like this can actually happen. Can, will, is, it's happening, you know? It's just really beautiful. It's just an element of moving on and pushing on to things. There's a sense of just fire energy coming through here with the Sagittarius and Leo as well. I think there's just a real sort of sense of that. We also have the Hierophant in reverse, which kind of suggests to me that, especially with this love experience, that we are really we're feeling like we don't really want society to tell us what to do about this union. We're feeling a little bit more like I can manifest this if I want to. And I like that ability because I think this is about not the kind of cookie cutter, is that how you say it, cookie cutter? I don't know. Is that an American phrase maybe? Kind of lifestyle. It's like a societal norm of like, I need to have my life this way because XYZ has told me. This is kind of saying, no, I'm going to rebel against that. So I think because I think you're sort of learning how you want to love. You're learning how relationships work for you. And I'm just using love in this reading particularly because it is coming through. But please do apply this to lots of areas in your life if you feel it isn't resonating. There's a sense of going against societal norms, you know. This could be for jobs as well if love isn't resonating. But, you know, idea of like you learn through yourself, and these two work well together in that, you know, you start to learn more by doing, less by seeing. Okay, you can watch someone rebel against society all you want, but unless you've actually done it, you won't experience what that feels like, and to actually go against somebody, you know. You can watch it, be a rebel without a cause, but you actually have to do it yourself as well. And then that brings that beautiful union in that you learn exactly how to treat others and yourself. Yeah, we've got High Priestess as well. Again, learning about knowledge. This is where the knowledge comes in. You start to learn new experiences, but also, again, you've had this intuition which you know things are right. There's an intuitive feeling that things will be okay, that faith and inspiration will take you very far. And again, I think for you guys who are very ambitious, it's important to know that that intelligence and that wisdom and that hierarchical feeling that I think maybe a lot of you have with this ambition. And by that hierarchical feeling, I mean that you always feel that you're destined for more, sort of thing. You know, you have the faith to kind of execute that in some way or another. And, you know, Judgment card is great for manifesting. This is like master of manifestation, having the faith to know that. Again, these two work really well together. It's the idea that I am going to rebel against societal norms with my amazing manifestation that will work, because this is the bell that is ringing, and that faith that pushes me and spurs me on to do that. This Knight of Cups in reverse, it kind of just talks a little bit about that King of Swords in reverse. They work well together, you know, in that there was little movement and activation and determination together, partly because there was perhaps a challenge or some kind of opportunity that came, and that it was perhaps quite stifling. You know, we can talk a little bit about that in the fact that we have a lot of Great Cups energy upright, and this is the reversal that is, you know, maybe 2020 that wasn't great for all of us. And again, we're starting to go into a kind of transition, a transitory period of feeling much better about that. You know, we do have this Seven of Cups, which is all about fantasy and daydream. And again, this idea that we can manifest that. We have faith to manifest this almost fantastical union if we really want to. And again, please don't feel that this is something that is unachievable and that you have to be afraid of. And it's almost like, I feel fear that I won't ever achieve this, because that is not true. A fantasy can stay a fantasy in the mind for as long as you want it to, but unless you are more active and determined, it isn't going to really get there, okay? And I think that's the point here, is all about pushing yourself to, almost pushing yourself and knowing that we all start from somewhere in some respect. You know, you're not going to have everything figured out straight away, and that is okay. It's okay to be afraid, especially of something you've wanted for quite a while. But like I say, a fantasy will stay a fantasy unless you ring the bell and get it going, get it moving, you know? So let's pull a love card, because I've talked a little bit about love. Romantic feelings, your feelings are real and worth exploring, exactly just like this union. This is a new beginning, you know, if you've got an inkling or a crush particularly, but it doesn't have to be. I just really see this kind of doting, you know, this adoration, this beautiful kind of new start, this blossoming of feelings that are worth exploring, and that, you know, you should be free of judgment. You know, when I see this, it's real and worth exploring. It suggests to me that others don't always feel the same. They judge you for that, or, you know, perhaps this person is unavailable, or they are not, you know, there's some way or another that people don't view that they are right for you. And you perhaps feel that, well, maybe this isn't the societal norm. Maybe you don't feel this is normal or right, but it feels right for me, you know? It feels right for me, and I'm going to learn from this. So I like that all these cards connect together in the fact that there's an element of really spreading your own wings and pushing yourself out. I think you have a lot of faith and trust in this kind of union. but you also have a lot of fear, and that fear probably arises from judgment and this idea that you don't always have it figured out straight away. And again, as I say, that is okay to not have everything figured out. So generally, I do feel that we are on this path of learning, of kind of pushing against what people think of us, but also this idea that we need to hang on to, you know, that idea, that perfect union, that harmony with somebody that perhaps we've always wanted. So Capricorn, that was your reading. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you have an amazing end of your January. Thanks for watching.